Chapter 861, The Consummate Actor.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Pod-D-Cast. Back again with all the intense, juicy One Piece analysis that you love every week of the year. I am the best guy ever, and here is Hypocrite.
So tense. I'm so tense. I'm like cement right now. It's so close to something happening.
Things, yes, we're at the promised time. So this is chapter 861, The Consummate Actor. And you know, Sanji's gonna consummate that marriage one of these days. You know what I'm saying?
What does consummate actor mean? I actually didn't look that up.
You know what? I'm gonna Google it right now. Wait, okay, before I look it up, consummate
It's probably got to do
like
with pudding.
good or like capable, I think. Oh, I was so right. Showing a high degree of skill and flair, complete or perfect. So it's either talking about pudding seriously or making a goof on Sanji because he's shit at acting and he just wants to fuck pudding.
All right.
Okay. So let's go.
So we're starting with the candy escalator, which actually goes way up high to the top of the top.
Yeah, I did not realize it went that high, and it looks way goopier than last time, but that's fine. It's cool.
Probably melting or something.
By the way, I instantly love that the wedding is taking place in like the most dramatic place possible, the very top of this island. I just think that's really cool. Like, there's no escape from up there. It's very dramatic, and I like it a lot.
Yes, that cake, the whole island cake. It doesn't look that big. Like it's it's big. You know it's a big castle, but it's not like the height, like it's among the clouds. There's like a whole like town at the top, kind of.
Yeah,
or
it's probably
at
least as high as like Drum Island, one of those drum, things.
Yeah,
maybe even higher. I don't know. It's in the clouds, so it's really fucking high.
So yeah, we're getting a bit of like a conspiratorial talk between the Gecko Man and Beiji. And they're talking about the what's the Gecko Man's name? He's fucking
Vito.
Vito,
no,
yeah.
It was like Big Hands Vito.
Oh
something
yeah,
like that.
He says his name right there. It's Vito. Yeah.
I did it. I'm the best.
He's a bit like shaken, like holy shit, dude. He's looking at all the people. There's the eldest son, the Pero, and the eldest daughter, Prospero. Oh yeah, Prospero. Eldest daughter, Minister of Fruits, Compote or Compote.
Compote, I don't know. But she's a big fruit cake.
She got one of those salad hat things, I think.
Like the Chiquita Banana Lady, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like that.
We got Dogtooth, who we saw last chapter. Second son, the 14th daughter, Commander Smoothie. Third son and the fourth son, Daifuku and Oven. Like, there's a lot of people.
I don't know what a Daifuku is. It's probably like some Japanese cooking thing. But oven's a thing I do know. Also, Smoothie is wringing juice out of that murderer lady, or a lady who stabbed a guy 1,000 times or something. So that's
stabbed
cool.
100 men, I think.
That was 1,000, but whatever. Some big number of men. She's a big women's rights activist, is what she is.
Yes, and it's cool. It's like there's so many. There's like all the main daughters and sons of Big Mom. You think about it, like what's putting like the 35th daughter? There's so many like strong
way
characters
down there, yeah.
that must be there as well as all these ones. Like Commander Smoothie's the 14th. Like what about 13th, 12th, and so on? Like all those other ones.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be
a lot of fucking strong boys in that bitch.
And if they're not all there, like they're probably all there because it's a wedding. But if they're not all there, where would they be? Like, they just fucking around, or?
Well, like, they got a pirate business to run, so maybe some people are off doing, whatever.
Yeah, it's just like, it's really settling in, like, oh yeah, there's so many, children of Big Mom that are so powerful.
Yeah.
And they're all right here.
I haven't seen Smoothie fight. We've seen a little bit of what Dogtooth can do, but not enough. He's gonna get a cool fight. Oh, it's gonna be fun.
Hey, what happens?
I'm excited.
What happens if Smoothie catches?
Well, I want to see Prospero fight too. Tongue Boy. I want to see him lick everyone. I want to see him lick Nami. Yeah. That would not be the first time that Nami has been licked by an enemy. Because, as I recall,
Absalom
was all up on that bitch. Yeah, that was not cool, dude.
Oh yeah, there's this cool thing right at the bottom. This door lady, this homie, just casually is overhearing them talk about their evil plan to, well, their heroic plan to kill Big Mom, I guess.
Sort of. Their sort of self-serving plan to kill Big Mom.
Yeah.
It's not really heroic or evil specifically.
And she's just sort of like, huh, what? What are you? You're just sort of evil.
The door, you know what's good? This whole time, you know how we'd been thinking about, or we'd seen a couple times when it looked like homies were like listening in on people, but like people would just talk and homies would overhear them and they would assume that it wasn't a big deal. We thought that was like a little strange, so I'm kind of glad that's becoming a slightly more relevant part of the plot, if just for one chapter. It is addressed that you do need to think at least a little bit in Totland if you're being overheard.
I feel like
I liked it, you know.
I feel like the idea of them overhearing things for Big Mom should have come in a bit earlier than this, unless it's going to come in later, but I don't know how.
There were
like,
some small hints. Yeah, I don't know, and I don't. Well, we'll get to what happens with that in this chapter, but spooky things happening.
So we got the guy coming in with the Mother Caramel, and we just get to see her face, which
dressed
is
like a nun. Looks like.
Yeah, it looks a little bit like a nun. She's obviously like a crazy nun. Like, I'm smoking, I'm crazy, I'm a wicked lady. She's the sort of lady who would raise someone like Big Mom. Or a bunch of orphans, or whoever I assume it was.
Do you think we're going to get like a relatively hardcore Big Mom flashback? Do you think that lies in our future?
I think they would not introduce Mother Caramel's face without it being somewhat relevant in the future. You know, we don't need to know what she looks like if she doesn't come up again.
I'm just talking, I'm specifically saying, in fact, I'm calling it. I'm making a prediction right now. I think we are going to get a fairly legit, obviously not as extensive as our Lord and Savior, Trafalgar D. Law. He needs a long flashback, but I think we'll get a serious flashback to Big Mom's childhood. Well, okay, I won't say the specifics, but her relationship with Mother Caramel will be a thing that happens. It'll be a big emotional thing. I'm calling it.
Yeah,
We're gonna see some of that shit.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious that it's going to happen at some point.
No, I'm saying that this is going to be a big thing. Like, chapters will be devoted to this.
Well, obviously.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a Yonko. It's like a huge character. It's like, of course it's going to be... Like, Blackbeard's going to have a flashback eventually. It's going to be like,
Blackbeard's had hints that his backstory is particularly interesting. Like, what he looks like as a little boy when he's all crying and everyone else ain't crying. And Doflamingo was all dirty. And then he had his... Well, the only like, bad guy who's had, like, a real flashback thus far has been Doflamingo in Dressrosa. Everybody else was kind of not. Nobody else had that kind of fleshed out backstory.
Yeah, I guess Crocodile.
But no,
nobody
I'm
knows
agreeing with you though.
But yeah.
Yeah, he's mysterious still. But I'm agreeing with you. I think that the Yonko, and that's what I was going to say. The Yonko are special and different, and I think it is totally fair to give them a big old thing. Give him a flashback. So we'll see.
Yeah.
See. I only mentioned as like a specific thing because One Piece and flashbacks go together like peanut butter and jelly. They're One Piece is known for
like they don't go together at all?
Oh, you don't know. What do you want? Your tea and crumpets? Is that
tea and crumpets is good? Crumpets and Marmite, and it's like you eat them.
What is Marmite? That's not real. You made that up.
Marmite is yeast extract. It's similar to Vegemite, which is the Australian thing. And it's like a sticky black stuff that you spread on toast or crumpets. It's great.
It sounds gross, but I really want to try it because Vegemite sounds interesting. Okay, but anyway.
Well, not Vegemite. Marmite's probably better. I haven't had Vegemite.
Well, actually, I mean, I've been a little bit hyped for Vegemite because I always hear Aussies talk about how good it is. But
yeah, I think that there's generally there's an argument like, oh, which is better, Marmite or Vegemite? And it's like Australians and English people hate each other because of cricket, so that's another thing to hate each other over. But I don't actually know because I haven't had Vegemite and I don't really care about deciding. I just know Marmite's good. Anyway, it's got nothing to do with this.
Welcome back to the Mardi cast. Marmite is good today. Okay, then what happened?
There's a guy who says, the people are saying, oh yes, I'm so glad to see Mother smiling so brightly. Nobody fucking knows who that is. Like, he's like thinking about it. It's pretty obvious that nobody knows who this is and Big Mom will never tell anyone. don't, you know, because she goes
Mother
fucking
Caramel.
insane.
You're talking about the picture of Mother Caramel. You
Yeah.
didn't preface that, but yeah.
Well, that's what the guy
the
guy doesn't preface it either. He just says, "Mother smiling
right, but
so brightly
people
today."
listening won't know what you're fucking talking about if you don't
Oh
say what the
well, I
subject
assume
is.
they read the mango.
No one reads this mango. You know that
Oh.
better than anyone.
But yeah, this guy tries to ask a question, like, politely, like, who the fuck is this bitch? And then Big Mom just, you know, tries to kill him with her, like, huge mass and eyes and stuff.
Big Mom really needs to tone down that IRL cyberbullying. It's not.
He
it's not a
fucking
good look.
faints. It's like that. I think that's probably Conqueror's Hackers coming out there.
Yeah, that was my thought too. But yeah, I could also just see somebody fainting if Big Mom just looks at you mean because she's big,
Yeah.
scary.
Where'd
Or maybe he was
you
like,
draw the
"Oh,
line?"
she's so sexy. She's so beautiful. I want to marry this woman. I don't know, man. I don't know. She's eyeing a new husband
imagine
there.
if that was an anime trope. Instead of bleeding nose, it's just like foaming at the mouth, fainting. It's like, oh, she's so hot.
That's like about as arbitrary to me as a nosebleed, which I still don't believe anyone actually has ever gotten in the history of the world.
I think the idea is that, you know, oh, she's so beautiful. My heart keeps going faster because of that, and then my blood pressure rises. Therefore, blood comes out my nose. I don't know. That's
how weak are your fucking like capillaries that they're bursting because you get?
Well, you gotta understand these Japanese. They all are radioactive. They are radioactive from the bombs that we dropped. That you dropped.
That's true.
That's all your fault. That this trope exists.
You dared me to do it, so really the responsibility is yours. Okay. So everyone's just talking to Big Mom about like, hey, look at this fucking treasure chest. No, they're like, look at this treasure chest. It's full of really cool ass shit. Yeah. And then they gave them to her.
Yes, they're all giving her gifts like baby Jesus. And
oh wait, pause.
Have you got a fucking phone call coming in?
Hello?
Unprofessional. Disgusting. Gross. Homosexual.
Right. Okay. Let me meet you outside.
All right. I guess I'm carrying the show. Let's carry the show for a little while.
Okay. So when? What time should I expect it?
Expect me to say it right now. Okay. So they're giving Big Mom all the presents, and they're saying, "Here's some presents." She's very happy about all these presents. She brings out the Tamate Bako.
Okay. No, that's okay.
Which
Thanks
is
the
big bomb that we all know
right,
that is going to be,
right,
you know, it's gonna explode. We know it's gonna explode.
What?
They don't know it's gonna explode.
What's happening? What?
I've been carrying the show, you fucking phone call having bitch.
Impressive. Okay, cool.
Yes. And yes.
Leave that all in. That's all gold.
Yeah, no. I've been talking about the Tamate Bako and the fact that it's a bomb, and they're all like, "Oh, very nice, very good," and she can't wait. It's all just, coming back. You know, I don't know whether quite yet.
Full circle, baby. Full circle.
I still can't remember whether at some point they've explicitly reminded us as a reader that has a bomb in it. So I think they might be sort of still.
I'm 90% sure that. God, why did we not look this shit up? I don't know.
Because we're stupid and because we already know. We've known since they started mentioning it again. We thought, oh yeah, that's the bomb, and then like, you know,
that's
it's
true.
Just,
the problem is we're too smart.
We're too smart.
We don't forget things ever.
And we're taking time, you know, they're taking time to sort of like hype it up, like, what is this box about, you know? And it's gonna explode, it's gonna be fucking cool, and everyone's gonna die. So it's just stuff we already have figured out that's going on in this chapter, mostly.
By the way, just for a frame of reference, Fishman Island was right around 2012 was when. So we're talking like 5 years later. We're getting a payoff.
Jesus fuck. It does not feel like it 5 years since Fishman Island.
I know, man. I know, but it's the truth.
Shabaldi Archipelago was like just the other day.
Yeah, I just read that shit.
Like literally just the other day, I was like, oh, there it is. They all get split up. Oh no. Oh, they all split up.
Did you know that Shabon means bubble in Japanese, and hence Bubble Archipelago?
Oh.
Yeah, there's your.
I've never known how to pronounce that. Anyway, who cares? Let's continue with what we're talking about. So Capone Gabegabu he's got his special sneaky guys coming in, saying we've sealed all the corridors, we locked the door, nobody will be able to get up to where they are for the time being, you know. And they've
can I stop
blocked
you there for
the
a
radio.
second?
They've done all this stuff. I know what you're gonna say. It's like, how could they possibly block everyone?
How could two fucking guys block like every passage here? That just like, all right, whatever. It's fine.
I think they probably have like a super glue or something you put on the door crack in the door, and then they can't open it.
I guess so. Maybe there's only one way in. I don't know. It just seems.
I think the general idea is that there's a lot of people who are not super powered, and they're going to be running around, and they can't open a door that's sealed with something. Obviously,
this
if
is Big Mom's crew, though, they got peeps who can do shit.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you got a bunch of like rich people who, they're fragile. They don't want. You can't just throw bombs past their head to explode a door, because that's how
true.
I can imagine like it's just going to be a big kerfuffle, and the door being unopenable, it's just going to make it harder to keep control of the situation.
Once again, this reminds me of The Godfather, and it's just specifically it reminds me of like The Godfather has mafia stories in general. There's a lot of like family stuff. Like the family is very important to them. So right now we've got like this family, and like you said, there's a lot of like civilians there, basically, just a lot of more or less innocent dudes, but mixed in with them, just like in like The Wedding in Godfather, there are some stone cold badass motherfucker killers like Dogtooth or like Luca Brasi from Godfather 1, who's just at this wedding where all this innocence and fun is happening. Here? Luca Brasi, yeah. Fucking Capone kind of looks like him. But that guy murdered... Do you know Luca Brasi had fucking murdered his wife after his wife gave birth to his baby, that he forced the wet nurse to throw that baby in the furnace because he didn't want to continue his own genetic legacy because he hated himself so much. He's not a good man. He's a hardcore motherfucker. And he was just hanging out at this wedding with all the Corleones.
All right, I don't give a shit about your Corleones.
What's going on? Yeah.
But, so the thing I want to bring...
I really like The Godfather.
Yeah. The thing I want to think about is that Caesar Clown comes out with the mirror, and the first thing I thought that I can't believe I didn't think of earlier was that mirror is going to shatter when Big Mom screams. Like, how is that not going to shatter? Like, how is that not going to go wrong?
Okay, one thought is that Caesar's going to be outside the door until he hears the scream and then go in. Maybe that will be enough of a barrier. Maybe, but I don't know. I see what you're saying, though.
I feel like it's
a fragile thing.
Yeah, it could be a big oversight. I'm not sure.
Oh wait! I've got another thought. It's the... Oh, God, it burped. It's that they're all going to be hanging out inside Capone's body, and he is the tank man. And he is tough.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He just came out, and now he has to hide the mirror. No, he doesn't.
He goes back in. Yeah, he does.
Where?
He's, hang on.
Why the hell did he come out if he...
Just to go over the plan. Just to go over the fucking plan. I mean, okay, I'm checking this right now. I believe he goes back in. Get back in there. Right, he says right there, get back in there. Capone says it to him.
Where?
It's fucking page 12. Fucking page 12, bottom right thing. Those bastards are back to shocked, rocked. Right, get back in there. Saying, go back in me. Also, the mirror has disappeared from the page. I don't know where it went.
I don't think that's
Capone saying that to fucking Caesar.
Yeah, but why would he say to his own body, like, get back in? There? Like, to himself? There. Pointing to himself?
He's gesturing to his body parts.
That's weird to refer to yourself as there.
Well, I don't know, man.
That's why I didn't think that's what it was.
When you are a castle, you can refer to yourself
in
strange
when you
ways.
are an asshole castle.
Oh, nice one.
Nice one. All right.
But in any case,
we skipped ahead a few pages. What happened? Oh yeah, the door was chopped off by the guy with the sword.
That was actually pretty creepy. He just cut the face off this fucking door.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like he just cut the head off of the homie, and somehow that made the homie not real.
Well,
like it looks like it's been killed, kind of.
I mean, it's got like, so as homies like have bits of soul in them, right? So I would believe if you like chop up a body and you destroy it, then like the soul leaves and it like effectively dies or whatever. I'd believe that's a thing that happens. And I think we've seen it happen before. And it certainly looks like that's what happened here. That door looks dead.
Yeah.
I don't know. Cut your face off, you die.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about earlier, that like the whole homies hearing conversations hasn't come up really. And then the moment it could come up, it gets destroyed. So that they already thought about it, so it's like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It's kind of raised as an issue and immediately dealt with. And, like, I guess that's ultimately just to, like, show that Capone does think about stuff. He is a pretty crafty guy. Yes, he is a
pretty smart guy.
I like that. Yeah. He's capable. He's not an idiot.
Lost my train of thought.
I remember. And then he does that weird thing again where he goes inside his own body and is really weird. It's kind of like what Majin Buu did in Dragon Ball Z when they ate him, when he got, when he ate Vegito and shit. He's weird. He's a freako man, but he's also cool.
Yes.
Wait, what was the name of his fruit? It was the Shiro. Oh, the castle fruit. Okay.
It's the Minecraft fruit.
Oh my god, he loves Minecraft so much that he is Minecraft.
It's probably not even like a castle fruit so much as it is like a going inside your own body fruit, and he probably like had people furnish it, like go inside him and furnish it because he wanted it to look nice.
I don't know. I could believe that.
It seems in character for him to have like, my body sucks, I'm gonna spruce it up. Get some carpenters in here.
I can't remember offhand.
Masons, whatever.
During Zoa, we see, or Zo or whatever, we see like him like take shape in his own body, and I thought that at the time he like created furniture, like a chair for him to sit in that he was like spawned sitting in. I could be wrong about that, but like if you could do that, then maybe he can just shape how he wants his insides to look. But either way, I'd believe it.
I wonder where his actual intestines are. Like where does food go? Does food like he eats food and then it becomes tiny food inside his mouth,
and then he has to sit down inside himself, chop it into pieces with a fork and knife, and then eat that off a little dinner plate because he's a fancy boy inside his own body.
But then what happens to that? Where does he poop?
Then inside that Capone, a little Capone has to chop that up and eat that. Oh, it's all the way down, little Capones. And the universe is just made up of little baby Capones in all of our cells of our body.
Oh, that reminds me of Problem Sleuth.
Yeah, that's right. By the way, I like that in this scene, like everyone is sleeping. Everyone's like the weird thing going on here is that the Straw Hats are really relaxed. And they're like, why are they so relaxed? We're about to be like fucking fight the Yonko. This is crazy. And of course, the Straw Hats are known for going at their own pace. But my favorite thing about this is that Brûlée is also asleep. Like she is just not, like she has totally been swept up in the pace of the Straw Hats and is not worried about anything anymore. She's basically part of the crew now. It's official. I'm calling it.
I think when at least Luffy wakes up. And
Diesel too. Diesel's tied to her too.
Yeah, Diesel as well. Like I think they're gonna somehow try to. They're gonna wake up maybe at the time perfect enough to like run out and ruin everything, or they're going to sleep through it and then they're gonna be waking up and be like, oh no, Big Mom, I gotta tell you, there's a. Oh,
I think she's
dead.
She's full Stockholm syndrome now. She loves the Straw Hat. She wants to be one forever. Oh man,
what would you prefer? What would you prefer, Jinbei or Brûlée as a new Straw Hat?
Are you Brûlée by a fucking country mile, dude? Fuck Jinbei. I want Brûlée. She's tied up, Brûlée in chains, tied to Diesel for the rest of the series. That's what I want. Imagine that as like a playable character in the next like One Piece like Musou fighting game, and it's like Brûlée and Diesel tied up. You have to crawl along the ground and like flail around a little bit and beat up Marines like that. Oh, I hope it happens.
There should be if there's like a surrogate, like a secondary, like a temporary One Piece Straw Hat crew. It would be like made of Vivi and Paulie and who else? Like a bunch of people, Pedro, I guess. And then
Conus,
also
Conus from Skypiea.
Conus, yeah. And then it would also have Brûlée in there, and they would make their own crew and just go around. But Brûlée would still be in chains with Diesel.
Of course. Her whole
they would bring
crew
her
would be
along
forcibly
just
captured.
because technically she's been part of the crew, even though she said I didn't want to be.
Indeed. So that's it. So they're ready. Their preparations are done in 10 minutes or so. They're going in there, or like they'll wake them up 10 minutes before they need to go in. So it's almost time.
Yes, and now we get a pretty funny moment with Pudding and Sanji. One thing on this page is like Pudding is like making a cute face, and he's like, oh, so cute. This face Sanji pulls here, I love it so much, but there's something about it that makes me think. I don't think Oda like drew it like that specifically. I think maybe he has like I don't know why. I don't know why I got this feeling, but I think he's got like an assistant, like this like a prodigy, like a real good assistant that's helping him with a lot of stuff now, and that's like he's developing his own style, because this looks a little bit different, and there's been a few phases, like for the last 10 or so chapters that have had a bit of a different feel to them, and I couldn't quite place it, but I think it might be like an assistant like that will eventually make his own manga and be really cool. And
I know what you're saying. I kind of, I admit, full disclosure, I don't want to believe that. So I'm bringing a bias into this argument, but it is possible, because we see people like Kintaro Miura, I think that's his first name, but Miura, the guy who does Berserk, like the way he draws Guts has changed vastly over the time he's been drawing it, and Guts now he looks like a weird Superman versus how Guts used to look. And I it's possible it's just an evolution of style, because he's for
it
a
could
long
be
time.
that.
But no, go on.
I don't know. I guess I just have
it does look different. It does look a bit different. That's a unique expression on Sanji's face there.
Yeah, it's like a very detailed and also hilarious.
Well, see, I really like that face, because it very accurately captures a feeling of like obviously he's getting la boner because she's super cute. So he's like, oh, so cute. But he's also like, he's kind of like fighting that. He's having a deep inner struggle and is like, he's kind of terrified that he's falling for this, because he knows this girl wants to kill him and is planning to do so imminently.
Yeah.
And he's still unable to fight it. And this is what I was talking about, guys. I was not joking when I said he might not be strong enough to deal with this. And this seems like a real conflict that's arising. Will he even be able to go against the desires of a cute girl? I don't know. I do not know.
Yeah, it's great. Like this whole bit,
great.
this whole next page of him just like, she's like, the one in the middle panel on the right, where he's like, oh yes, we'll do the big kiss, I guess, but
that face.
Kissing on the forehead or something, it's just he is fighting it so hard. I mean, he still hasn't had a kiss. Like this is his first kiss, allegedly.
This man is like 22 years old or some shit. God damn. Well, you know what? There's plenty of people like that.
This kiss will kill him. He knows this.
He will die if he doesn't.
He will die,
and
he can't resist. It's a
Remember,
cute girl.
people, this man chose to look at the mermaid princess and die. He chose to die when he saw the mermaid princess. They were like, Sanji, if you look over there, you will die. And he's like, I accept it. I accept my death. I am not willing to live in a world where I can't look at this girl. He is on record as willing to die just to be around cute girls. I'm telling you, this is legit. This is not speculation. He will kill himself if he doesn't get a hold of his shit. And even I was like creeped out by that like top left thing where he's like, no, don't fall. Trust your memories. Like I know what it's like to want to believe something so bad and to try to believe. Like, no, you have to remember, this is obviously empirically true. These things happen to you. Don't forget.
Well, I was going to say about that, because like. The whole thing with Pudding is that she can take memories, so like maybe because he knows that, it's like, a little foreshadowing for something.
I mean,
that
like,
might happen.
what if, I don't think Oda's gonna do this, this would be crazy, but what if it turned out that, like, the Straw Hats all had their, or like, the ones in question, like Luffy, Nami, and Sanji, because they're the ones who are around him. What if I've been right all along, since the beginning, and Pudding is intending a triple cross, and what she has done is instill these memories of her betraying Reiju. That scene with Reiju never actually happened, but she put those memories into both Reiju as well as Sanji, Nami, and Luffy, and so she put memories of her betrayal into their heads to make them go along with Capone and do this assassination plot, because she knew that's what it would take in order for Sanji to save himself and abandon her. He had to believe she was evil. What if there's something like that going on? This woman can control reality. Reality means nothing to her. She can do anything she wants.
It does seem cool, but well, there's not really a counter to what you're saying, but I'm just thinking.
Yeah, we're in alternate realities now. There's just no way to know.
I'm not really like countering your argument, but the idea of the whole memory thing, I think I don't really like this idea, but I think if something terrible like somebody like really important dies at the wedding, like I don't know, like Sanji dies or something, and then Pudding, it turns out it was a memory from Pudding, that wouldn't be kind of bullshit. I think if he pulls that. but I can see it happening.
No, I want that. I want something epic to happen with her fruit because the possibilities are so vast.
Well, I don't want it to be like, oh, it looks like something as terrible has happened, but actually it didn't. You know, I don't want it to be just like some random thing. I want it to be like an epic, saying. Like the reason she used her power was like way more important than just to make the viewer really upset.
I agree. I know what you mean, and it is totally in the execution, and we will just have to see how things play out. But I'm very excited for it. It's like the most interesting thing going on right now. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Kiss me on the mouth, silly. Chew. Kill me. Fuck. Just die. Yeah, he's doomed. He's doomed.
Alright, and then we get a big old double-page spread of everybody enjoying the party. Looks pretty cool.
See that frog boy?
Nice. Yeah, I like that frog guy.
Boy. And Panda Girl.
Panda Girl with like, she's got like weird teeth, or maybe that's like a zip in front of her face. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks very disturbing. It looks she's got this giant, scary
I think
mouth
it's
going
supposed
on.
to be just like a panda, like
Is that the
Panda Man?
It's like a Panda Man. Is that the Panda Man? Yeah, yeah. She looks special and important though. Also, right above to her, like upper and slightly to the left of Prospero. Do you see that girl with the ponytail there? That's the girl that I pointed out. I want to know who that woman is. She looks important.
Yeah, we haven't had a little thing with her yet.
Yeah, I guess she's slightly too minor. Probably just another daughter, but I want to... she's the kind of character who I bet will be revealed in an SBS at some point. I want that.
Yeah. And then the main event, we're gonna start the wedding, everybody, and everybody's like, Big Mom's looking over at the Germa guy. He's like, "You're gonna be shot with a gun, you know."
Yep.
And yeah, they're all getting ready. It's just a big, it's all about to happen. This is the next chapter is where things are gonna actually begin.
I'm very excited for the continuing of adventures of Morgan and the newspaper company. I want to know everything that's going on with that Birdman. He's my hero.
Whoa, wait a minute. Birdman news guy.
Yeah.
Memory altering fruit. She can make the news guy think anything.
And then print anything in the newspaper. That's true. That's true.
I think that. I mean, that's a direct link for something that could happen.
Oh, by the way, just out of interest, I was a little bit incorrect with my description of the papers the other day. Turns out, you know how I said like Morgan controls like all of the newspapers we've seen throughout the series? That's not quite accurate because we've actually seen a couple of different types of newspapers, but like everything on the Grand Line that we've seen recently, that is related to Morgan. So I just thought I'd clarify that while I had a chance. So he doesn't actually control like every newspaper in the world, but all the ones that you see being scattered around like on the Grand Line, yeah, that's him.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's good. I like it better that it's just like it's a little silly for just one guy to control every newspaper. So I like it better that it's a little more realistic.
Wouldn't it be funny if he had like another big bird? Like
all the newspapers are controlled by Birdman.
Yeah, like there's a North Blue bird and a South Blue bird, and
it's it's just like how the Italians control the olive oil business. But the birds control the newspaper business because they're birds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Pudding looks very cute. She looks very cute. And with her veil on, she looks very pretty. Too bad she's a bad person, or maybe a secret triple agent. And Sanji is just really letting his guard all the way down and not worried about anything. He's done. He's done. He's all over for
Wouldn't it be
guy.
funny if Sanji is the one that fucks it up instead of Luffy?
He will, dude. He will fuck it up, but I think that they'll save it somehow. He's gonna fuck everything up. Oh boy, he's gonna get that kiss, and he's just gonna die. He's gonna willingly die for one fucking kiss. Oh boy, he's a weak man. He's a broken man. That's it.
Yep, that's it. Well, thank you for watching the podcast yet again.
It's your funeral. Yep. We'll see you next time. There should be another... nope. Next week we'll be on hiatus. Well, there you go, folks. So we'll see you in 2 weeks or so. Thanks for watching.
You're crazy with your high-pitched voice, bitch.
Bye-bye.